You've asked me a question about the last video I did for Unchained Melody, where I slightly changed the tempo and switched things around a bit. You wanted explaining in a little bit more detail. One of the things with piano, especially when you're only a beginner, is that there's a lot of things when you're playing piano that are more mechanical things. You've got to practice them over and over and over and over again until they become sort of second nature, so you don't actually have to think about them while you're playing. And that's one of the things that I do. So you can start off doing things really simply first and then just grow out of that simple way of playing. Now I'm trying to think of a way to explain it to you, and maybe this might, I don't know, it may show you some things, and I hope it will. If you were, the way I play piano, I don't play classical music. I'm not really interested in classical music, and classical music involves a lot of scale work to be able to play the passages in the music. So somebody who's like doing classical music, I don't do this sort of thing, but they'll have the scale runs and they'll be going, doing all this contra motion, and they'll be doing two different things and different scale works. They'll be very good at the motion of doing that and the mechanics of doing that, and they'll be able to play these in complicated passages, which is all well and good. But if you just want to play things like Misty, for instance, and you just, you know, doing all that classical passage, and it's not that necessary in the beginning. So if you just wanted to play like, something like that, or, you know, it could be more, which, you know, again, just simple chords. And just, you know, you don't need fast classical, but if you want to change it slightly and play it different, so you're not just playing, if you're not just playing that nice easy way and you want to give it a bit of bounce, then you have to learn how to be able to, it's just as Scott Houston says, it's just target practice all the time to give things a rhythm. So for instance, if you were, you know, trying to do a stride pattern, you'd have to, and this is one of the reasons why I've shown videos around the 1-6-2-5 pattern, because it's a simple pattern. It's just, you know, the C, the A minor, the D minor and the G7. You can play it all as sevenths if you like, but because you're doing a simple pattern, you can just play block chords, so you can just, and then you can give it a, like a, but whatever you do in the pattern, you repeat it through the pattern. So if you were to play it twice, if you practice that over and over and over again, just doing that, that's the C, with my pinky on, this is middle C, C an octave below, playing it as a C, E, G, B, then go down to the A, keep the hand shape, to the A, 2 down to the A, up to the D, D minor, D, F, A, C, and then back down to the G, G, B, D, F. So that, you know, you just get used to doing that. You can do it 3 times. Say for instance I was playing Pennies from Heaven, and I was playing it so if you're doing that and you're playing it really gently. Now when I'm playing in the arpeggios where you know the runs are coming up, you've got your sustain pedal underneath, and that keeps that, you hold your sustain down, you get a nice flow of music. Take your sustain off, it doesn't all flow together. But if you're wanting to do a little bit like what I did with the Unchained Melody, which I played it without the sustain pedal on, and I played it more with a like on Pennies for Heaven, first to go. So you give it that little bit of a, all I did was give it a little bit of that bounce and give it a more choppy feel rather than playing it with the pedal down. I don't know if you noticed the difference. So. Feel that? All I'm doing is just, but you've got to have, you've kind of got to sing the song in your mind as well. So you know, every time it rains, pennies from heaven. All I did there was just play it a lot lighter. Like that. So, and you can almost pause it and the beat still carries on going, because you set a beat's going bum 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 bum. Then when when you come back in with your sustain pedal, I don't know if that makes sense to you. I don't know if that comes across, but it's just the way I'm chopping it without a sustain pedal down. So, but the music's always got a beat. Now you could play again with this sort of stride pattern. You can.